Right, hello. Welcome to Phil's Workshop once more. What have we got this morning? Right, well, you saw me using the new dowel plug that I had. What we got today is the new, well, to me it's new any road, Titan thicknesser blader. Right, now then, as you can see, I've got it already mounted on the trolley with some nice big wheels on the bottom of it. This here is all going to be altered because it was only put in temporarily so I could see how I wanted things to work. This, talk about recycling, boys. This is a drawer out of a fridge. What I'm going to end up having is I'm going to end up building shelves here, and on this end here what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a pull-out shelf there because I have got a little round sander and my what's-the-name sander for the belt sander. I can also clamp down and use it as a static. So the idea being is I'm going to turn this into a sanding station as well as for do the plating for thicknessing. Now then, okay, I didn't show the build because I wasn't sure how it was going to work out. Now, the actual height of it from the floor to the actual bottom is 830 which, okay, is a lot taller than what some of you guys have, but it makes life easier for me. And now when I stand up I can then reach the top, and I can reach the top comfortably. I set these things up so as it suits me, which probably doesn't suit a lot of other people. So let's talk about the Titan thicknesser planer. I didn't show the unboxing because there's stacks of unboxing on YouTube, so you don't need me to do another one. Coming straight out of the box, right. No immediate faults with it, no bends, scrapes, bangs, bumps or anything else like that. When I checked it out, the thing that I remember off YouTube was how people said it was so difficult to change over from one to the other. So I had a go of it when I actually put it on the on its trolley, and I don't find it that difficult. What I do find that to me doesn't make sense, and I wish to goodness it did, and I don't think it makes sense to anybody else that's got one, is how come they've got a yellow knob there but a bloody Allen key fitting there, which doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. But still, not to worry. So I tried that first of all, swapping from one end to the other, and no, I didn't find it awkward. I found it alright, you know. There was no, and everybody else said it was crazy ridiculous, but I'm sorry, I've got to disagree with you folks. I found it quite simple and straightforward and to the point of how to use it, so I mean that's no problem. The other thing, and I'll keep on moving this about so I do apologise, that people have said was the fact that the table, this part here was running out of alignment. Now I might be lucky because this one of mine is actually perfect. The back fence, alright, I'll give you that. It's not perfect. It's not 100%. But what the bloody hell do you expect for the money that you've paid for it? But for me, it's square. I've had to do nothing to it. I've had to do no bending, no twisting or anything else. Just a slight adjustment at the back, and it registers at 90 degrees. So for me, for my money, for what I'm going to use it for, is at this moment in time, without me actually putting it through its paces or anything, it is 80% functional. I can only go with 80% because I've not actually used it yet. The thing is, what I need to do now is I need to clean it all up. Hence, we got some methylated spirits to get it all cleaned up, top and bottom as well, and then I can start putting something through. The only concern that I've got, which I don't know how it's going to react, now going off somewhat, I've seen some lads that have used these. Some of them have used it with this 4-inch round on. It's alright, I'm looking over there because that's where my iPad is. And some of them have used it without. Now, I realise, I understand that it's not dust that comes off this, it's chips. That is a vast difference between dust and chips, and I also realise that. I've got the Titan vacuum cleaner, so hopefully I'm going to try and probably rig something up to that. I thought I'd actually got something, but I think I'm kidding myself. I'm going to rig something up to that, then hopefully I can see if I can suck out some of the stuff from it. I'm not expecting it to work, because really it should have a dirty great big 4-inch hose stuck on there, which I haven't got at the moment, which is going to be the next purchase. What else can I say about it? Yeah, the other thing is the pushers. These are, like everybody says, absolutely bloody useless. You know, you might as well not bother with them. But what I'm going to do, because this, well, it's supposed to be rubber. I would have thought it's some sort of like a rubber plastic that you put on, which is not the use of the bloody ornament. What I'm going to try on there is on me, which is outside, I can't get at it. I've got one that I bought for the table saw, and what it's got on like anti movement stuff on, same as like what you would have in your car or under ornaments and what have you. I'm going to stick some of that on top of there and on the other one. That should hopefully help. If not, then the only other thing to do is to put some Velcro on there, glue some Velcro on there, and get it matched up with a sanding disc, see? So you could put something like that on and then use that, which would probably work. Which is the other thing which I'm looking at now, either one way or the other. But apart from that, bloody useless. But for what it is, for me, I think it's value for money. Now, a lot of people will argue against that, and goodness knows where else. That's fine. You know, I mean, it's each to their own. When all said and done, you've got to go by what's the name. I don't make high-end stuff. I just get lumps of wood, worry the bloody life out of me, and something turns out of it. And that's how I work. But when I've got this, a lot of some of the wood that I've used, I'm looking around for a piece, and I haven't got a piece here actually, is somewhat rather rough. So instead of me spending time either planing it or sanding it down, this will help me out tremendously, so hence the reason I've bought it. I will give another review on it later on once I've actually used it for a while. But up to now, with what I've seen of it, and I've had it up and running, yes, it's noisy, but I'm not going to move it about, so hopefully the tables and whatnot should be alright. There was some people have said about, now I do apologise for moving you about, but this here, about not tightening this up and moving. Now if you were picking this thing up here, constantly moving it from place to place, then yeah, you're going to put pressure on this area because that wants to go that way, rather than if you pick it up in your arms and you collect it there for moving it about. But again, that's just my suggestion. Really, the best thing to do, seems like what I've done, is build a table and stick it on a table, and then you can move it about wherever you want. Most of my kit is all on tables, and it seems to be a hell of a lot better than what it is to try and have it static. If I was having it static, I'd have nowhere to work in here, but because I'm only in a small shed, so any road up. That's enough of that. That's enough of me.